Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phil Switch. I'm Phil Carute, and I'm joined by my fearless co-host, Brock Tamarino. The Phil Switch podcast is brought to you by Sal's Tire Caps. Sal's Tire Caps. They even work on those new electric hippie cars.
I guess I don't. I guess I don't know why they wouldn't.
Oh, that's just Sal wanted to remind everyone, and maybe take a shot at the hippies, I'm guessing, knowing Sal. Anyway, Brock, did you hear about the escaped convict from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I had heard about that. The guy was able to climb out of there and started walking around the woods, went into some people's houses or garages or something like that. I think stole some food, maybe a rifle or something, but they got him earlier this week, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe they did. They got him. I think he was out for like almost 2 weeks or something. So the guy, he climbed those walls. They kept comparing him to Spider-Man. So they said he climbed the wall like Spider-Man. I've seen the video. I don't know that Spider-Man, not to be a comic book geek here, but I don't know that Spider-Man has to climb the walls like that. But yeah, they were saying that he was like Spider-Man. So it looks like we got a call already. Wow, that's quick. Yeah, caller, go ahead. You were on the you're on the Phil Switch.
Hi guys, Stan here.
Hey Stan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I heard you guys talking about that escaped convict out of Pennsylvania. Now I heard that they had a whole SWAT team or something like that. Found the guy. The guy was still hiding or took off running, and it sounds like one of their dogs got him. Sounds like maybe it bit him on the leg and the head or something like that.
Yeah, I think the dog, the canine, assisted in helping them out. So, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so me and my buddies one time in high school, we were TPing and doing all kinds of nonsense, getting ourselves in trouble. And one of my buddies, we went to this one house, and my buddy, his name was Dale. He was in mid-throw, one of the biggest toilet paper rolls you ever did see. You guys ever seen them toilet paper rolls they use in gas stations? Or big, wide toilet paper rolls? Yeah. I know what you're talking about there. Real thin toilet paper, not the most comfortable, if everybody understands. Oh yeah, I understand. Every time I go travel, I always take I take some of my own toilet paper, and if I got to go into a gas station or something like that, I have my own toilet paper with me, because that toilet paper in a gas station, it might be plentiful, but it is not forgiving, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, my buddy Dale got a hold of one of them rolls of toilet paper they have at them gas stations, big old roll of toilet paper. And he was just getting ready to throw it. And we told Dale, we joked about it the whole ride. We said, there ain't no way you're going to be able to throw that roll of toilet paper up into a tree. It's too heavy. And Dale wasn't the strongest guy. In fact, we called him Dale the Snail, because he was slow, but he was also not very strong. So I guess maybe that factored into why we called him Dale the Snail. But anyway, he went to throw this roll of toilet paper up there, right? And I tell you what, these two Bulldogs come out of that house faster than Whipper on a Lipper, if you know what I'm saying. And they start chasing Dale, and before you know it, Dale's getting chased down by two Bulldogs and a feral cat. Now, once they got Dale cornered, I tell you what, he was crying. I think he might have wet himself, even though he wouldn't admit to it. He said that he had slipped and rubbed his pants on with some dew, but that grass was drier than the Tallahassee in summer. So these two Bulldogs, this feral cat, they got him cornered. And we went chasing after, because we didn't know this. We didn't know these Bulldogs or this cat that just came out of nowheres. And they have him cornered, and that cat's a hissing, and them dogs are barking. And one dog was licking himself, but the other dog, he was barking. And Dale's sitting there, he just doesn't know what to do. He is backed in a corner, and when I say he was backed in a corner, I mean he was backed in a corner tighter than a pair of yoga pants on a sumo wrestler. And so we're just sitting there, and we're like, Dale, just stay calm. Well, then that Bulldog, he turns on one of my friends, that feral cat, turned around, but she wasn't looking at none of us. We found out she was blind. And so this feral cat is just turned around, blinder than a wombat, And Daryl, that's where he makes his break, and he takes off running, and then we all took off running, and that bulldog was confused as all get out. But I tell you, them dogs, once they get on a scent or something, they're real good about that.
Yeah, that's yeah, I remember in the neighborhood being chased down by dogs a couple times. I just ride my bike. I wasn't getting into trouble. But yeah, those dogs once they get on you, they're pretty persistent.
Oh, they're more persistent than you can even imagine, I would say, probably, unless they're seeing a dog like you did. Uh, but, they're real persistent. They'll stay right on you. They didn't bite Daryl that day, and I'm kind of glad, because I don't know if a feral cat bites you and it's blind, do you get blind?
I don't think the blindness is transferable. I think you probably have to get a rabies shot or something because it's a cat that's just out there, a stray or whatever. But I don't think you'd go blind necessarily. I mean, can you go blind from rabies? I don't know if you can go blind from rabies. I'm not a vet.
Oh, I don't know. I think rabies can do all kinds of things. But yeah, anyway, so I just, I was real interested in that, and I just thought I'd call in and share that story with you guys.
All right. Well, thanks, Stan. Thanks for calling in, and we'll talk to you later. We actually have another caller on the line right now. Gil, how's it been going?
Hey guys, it's been going pretty good for me, and I just wanted to call in. I heard you guys talking about that escaped convict guy from the PA, and I heard that he was compared to Spider-Man, and I just want to say it's such a relief to me to hear that there is a Brazilian, because I heard this gentleman's from Brazil, that there is now a Brazilian Spider-Man. I just like that there's this sense of equity in that. I don't think I've ever heard of a Brazilian Spider-Man. And I just thought to myself when I heard that, oh, he's Spider-Man and he's from Brazil. That's something I've never heard of. It's like everything's just getting right with the world, with the universe, with the solar system, inside of your heart and your souls, inside of your mind. I once ran into a Brazilian man when I was hiking by myself in the Smoky Mountains about 3 or 4 years ago.
Gil, where exactly is this story going to be going?
Oh, it's just about a friendship I developed.
Okay.
So I'm hiking by myself in the Smoky Mountains, right? And as I get to this one area, I'm parched. I'm so thirsty. I brought 3 bottles of water, should have brought 4, or at least 3 in like one of those little bottles of water they give you when they don't really want to give you a bottle of water, but it's still a bottle of water, but it's super small. It's like even a toddler can get hydrated from it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I see. I never get those bottles of water because yeah, you're right. It's like 2 gulps and the bottle's gone. So they're kind of pointless a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Just enough to kind of, like they say, wet your whistle. So anyway, I'm walking in the Smoky Mountains, just hiking, and I run into this very interesting gentleman, I'll just say. His name was Alfonso. And Alfonso and I are crossing paths, and I just mentioned to him like, wish I would have brought another bottle of water. I am parched. Well, wouldn't you know it, Alfonso, he has one of those camel bag things on his back that's filled with water. I don't even know how much are in those. I'm sure you can get different quantities of water or capacities. And so Alfonso says, well, you can have some of my water. And I say, well, I hate to intrude because I knew those camel bags, they have a mouthpiece. And I said, I don't want to put my lips where your mouth was and then it be weird. And he winks at me and he says, oh, it wouldn't be weird. And so I take a drink and I'm feeling hydrated. And then Alfonso says that his campsite's close. And
Gil, let's, I tell you what, I appreciate the tie into Brazil. Let's just cut the story short there. I'm glad that you were hydrated for the rest of your hike. That's good. And I'm glad you met this nice Brazilian gentleman, Alfonso, who seemed very generous with his water. So, Gil, thanks for calling in. Thanks for that story about Alfonso, and that you caught that the Spider-Man was from Brazil. Thank you. All right. Well, Brock, you got anything to say?
No, I will say this though, Phil. Thank you for editing Gil's story there. I appreciate that. I think all of our listeners appreciate that. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. I just appreciate that. I thank you very much. Seriously, I thank you a lot. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. And you're welcome to the listeners too. As always, guys, thanks for listening to the Phil Switch. Don't forget to check out my other podcast that I do with Cap over at Kaplowitz Media. The 1st and 15th airs on the 1st and 15th of every month. If you would like to contact us here at the Phil Switch, you can do that through email. So it's thephilswitch@gmail.com. Again, that's thephilswitch@gmail.com. We wish you all a great week, and we'll talk to you soon here at the Phil Switch.